Welcome everybody. We have a tournament going on here. Bloody Soul versus .exe, the Alparsh mirror. And we're a little bit late into this game, but as you can see, not much has happened right now. There's some zombies on the side of Bloody Soul, and there's a zombie plus a VLX on the .exe. He also has the Kraken in here to deny the zombies. Probably die this turn here. We should take a look at the hand of Erratic.exe here. We do have the Rise the Grave, so he might be looking to spawn another zombie and make them a 4-force and try to do something in that line here. We'll see what he decides to do here. Takes out the zombie to start with. Currently not really anything. Let's see, is that his own Cabraka maybe here? Yeah, it's best if he's gonna play a spell here that's not Raise the Grave. So it's probably his own Cabrakan or maybe a Bloodbond here who goes for the 50-50 on taking Kraken. Yeah, he's gonna play his own Kraken here. And we'll get her shield back. We'll see what Bloody Soul has in his hand. Okay, it looks like he's going to go for a shack play with his zombie here to the VLX. Or might go for a blob on his own, but this shack seems like a more reasonable play. And that's what he is going to go for here. Move up his Cabrakan as well. Good choice here. Try to get as close as the Summoning Stone as possible, just to get that extra damage when Erratic.exe starts pushing down some minions on his own. And the Erratic.exe does have his shack on his own as well here, so we'll see what he has up his sleeve. He could for a decay play as well here, but the thing is, what does he choose? He could also go for a silence on the enemy Cabrakan, slow that down and try to pick a fight with his own Cabrakan. We'll see what he's gonna do here. Looks like a decay coming out here with the motion, and that is the play here. Making his and moving his own Cabrakan up, threatening that Summoning Stone from Bloody Soul. We do see a decay as well in Bloody Soul's hand, so their hands is pretty similar here. It does also have the double Blade Master plus Calcot on the 7-mana turn, which is coming up next turn here for him. So you might want to set something up with those cards here. We'll see what he has to go for. Like, just go for, I like to see a decay here. Control away from Erratic.exe. Set up a good Blade Master for next turn, or if you want to go for a charge Camasots. And that is going to be the play. So both players has used one of their decays on the enemy's Cabrakan. Bloody Soul has the advantage now though, with a 4-3 and a 1-1 on the table. And the Blight is picked up for Erratic.exe here. One of the things in this matchup is, like, you don't really want to Blight first, just because your opponent can Blight back. But if you Blight and take away only 2 of the enemy, I think that's a decent play here. Just because it's not going to be that huge for your opponent if they Blight back. You have a shack in your hand, you have Blade Masters, you could deal with them. But I was going to go for Bloodbond and gets the good hit as well. He gets the shack off the board. That was huge for Erratic.exe there. If he misses, he's going to be behind on tempo a lot. So let's see. Probably Shabalanka here or Blade Master. Depends on what he wants to do. We're gonna be a Blade Master, just put up the pressure here on Erratic.exe. Forcing him to respond to Bloody Soul almost all the game right now. He's been responding to his plays. So he could, let's see here. He has a Cabrakan, can play his own Blade Master. But he is behind in the damage race right now, so you might want to go for a Shack plus a zombie here and set up a Raise the Grave for next turn. Or a Kabrakan maybe, instead of the Shack. Depends on what he feels that he needs to do to get back into this game here. We'll see what he chooses to do, because he has a lot of options right now. Okay, it looks like he's hovering at something here. Let's see. What is he going to be in strategy? Okay, it's his own Blade Master. So he's going to try and raise Bloody Soul here. See how Bloody Soul reacts. And we... Oh, interesting. He has a Ritual Strike in his deck. So, Ritual Strike is 0 mana, deal 1 damage. And if you kill the target with Ritual Strike, it spawns a zombie. So, with Camasots, it's a very good combo. Just because you get that extra zombie down, usually. Especially in this matchup. He's gonna go to set up the Blade Masters here, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Blight from Erratic.exe here. He needs to deal with this board somehow, and that is right now the only way he can do it in a swift way, or he's gonna take 8 damage next turn. I don't think he can come back really from a deficit that big, and that also lets Bloody Soul develop his board even more next turn. So, yeah, there we see the Blight coming out. And he just hopes that Bloody Soul does not have a Blight on his own. We do see Xbalanque here though. Has to come down. As we know that Erratic.exe does have the Raise the Grave in his hand as well. So that could have been a huge play for Erratic.exe if he did not have any response to all of those zombies on the board there. Shack comes out, take out the Xbalanque, gotta spawn his own zombie, and get back Blade Master plus Decay. Wow, that's a huge pickup there from the Bardish Soul. Is Bloodbunk gonna come out? Are we gonna see a zombie plus Raise the Grave here maybe? Or a Camasots? So we'll see here if he goes for the Camasots play. I think it's very tempted to go for both of these here. He has to see what is gonna be the most damage and what do I have to play around. And there's gonna be a Raise the Grave. So he has 3 4/4s on the table right now, surrounding the Summoning Stone on Reddit.exe. He does have the Blade Master that Bloody Soul knows about, and the Decay as well. So let's see. He can go Blade Master plus Chaos Spawn. That takes care of 2 of the zombies. Because when you silence one of these zombies, it's going to be a 1/1, but it's going to have its movement speed at 3 again. But I don't think that's going to matter at all, but that is something to think about in this matchup as well. That they're not going to have that 1 movement speed. So, let's see what Erratic.exe will go for here. I don't see any really other play. He could go for a Decay and a Chaos Spawn as well to open up his own zombies here to try and get a Raise the Grave of his own going, maybe.
They make sacrifices in my name.
Oh, a Kukulkan comes down. That's very interesting. Oh, he does not have the RNG on his side. The Kukulkan blows away one zombie, only 1 tile, and it's still in range of the Kukulkan here. Let's see though, if he wants to go for damage here. He does have the Chaos Spawn in hand, so he can silence this Kukulkan and just push a lot of damage this turn. Wait, that... it's lethal actually. He has Camasots in hand. It's going to be lethal. Reddit.exe was on the back foot this whole game. Could not really claw it back. And Bloody Soul takes game 1 in this best of 3. So we'll be back shortly with the next game. Welcome back, everybody. We're getting a bit late into this game here in the SMITE Prime 4th tournament here between Erotic.exe playing Odin versus Bloody Soul, bringing out his Raw. And what can you tell me about this matchup, Chifu?
It's going to be very interesting. Thank you for being here. It's very exciting. It looks like Odin is starting off with a lot of aggression. Raw. This will be a very interesting matchup, I think. With it's going to be the tempo matchup, I believe. Can Odin overwhelm him early and keep the pressure on, or can Raw counterattack and clear the board?
Exactly. And one thing here, he is dealing with the Runestone of Iron really fast here. So Erratic only got to put out Scotty plus Calder with that before taking out that Runestone. How big do you think that Runestone is in matchups like this?
It's gonna be interesting to see. He's got to the Raw player's got to start to get control. The longer it takes for him to kind of clear these Norse units, the more danger he's in. He's really got to start to turn this around. It looks pretty bad for the Raw player right now, unless he can find some answers.
Yeah, as we can see in the hand of Erratic.exe here, he does have a Hell plus the new card, the 4-mana Hydra. What do you think about this new Hydra card? Is it something that you would put in your aggressive deck, or is it more like a mid-range card, do you think?
Yeah, that's an interesting point, because it seems kind of more like a mid-rangey. It doesn't really seem to synergize real well with what I know for Norse. That other, the Lemurian Hydra, is a nasty card. I haven't really seen. What is your opinion of this poisonous Hydra?
Well, I really like it in the more mid-range style. That's where I personally play it more, to deny my opponent basically half their turn after I play it and get the tempo play. But we'll see here if Erratic.exe can make this Hydra work here. We do see a Serket in play as well. We haven't seen her for a while. She did get the buff with the global poisoning now, so we'll see if maybe he can hit the Hydra with this trade efficiently and make that trade happen.
Yeah, the global poisoning is a huge addition to that card, or that unit. Really makes it strong, powerful, forces your opponent to be on a timer, really, because they've got to act before their units go away.
Oh, a big draw here as well from Erratic.exe, the Freya. He can play this and basically like get in for a lot of damage here if he wants to. Or he can play maybe. Well, the Freya opens up the Hell for next turn as well here if he wants to do that. Yeah,
Freya would be a really nasty card. He'll control the board, but he's going straight charge. It looks like he's not going to go Freya.
Interesting here. That almost makes me believe that he has to play Crippling Curse here, or else he's like he may only have 1/1 this turn and nothing more, and just poison the Calder.
He has to be waiting for a bigger unit to banish and do maybe saving her for the finishing blow. Finish that. In case he puts a guard down or a big unit, go ahead and exile it and then finish, or stun it, I should say.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that he only played that. He could have gone for a War Behemoth or a Hell as well there. Instead, he just made a 1/1. I think that was a mistake here. He could have put a lot more pressure on the board with a War Behemoth, for example. Gonna draw him extra cards. But yeah, I don't understand the thought process there, but maybe Erratic.exe has a plan in mind.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. I am kind of surprised by it. Well, I guess we'll see the plan come to fruition here, but I don't know. What are you waiting for? If not Freya's a good. If not now, when are you looking for a Freya turn?
I don't know. Like the Hydra is probably going to die next turn just because of the best stat on the board. I would like to play and like develop a Hell in the backline here, and hope that it lives for the next turn and start sending free freeze into your opponent's face. Or play Freya and just open up the map here.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. I totally agree with you. I think Hell would have been a nice play there. Start to really, just like you said, put the 3/3 Avalanche going in. I think it was one turn too late on the Behemoth. It's interesting. I think he might have cost himself the tempo.
Yeah, I totally agree. A very good word you use there also as the tempo. And we can see a Blade Master come down here and almost put Erratic.exe out of the range of killing Bloody Soul here.
Yep. Look at that. Yeah, it's not looking. He lost a significant tempo on this matchup now.
Definitely. And if the Blade Master comes down here, he's gonna go for a War Behemoth. I'm a little surprised by that.
I think they're, I'm very, I mean, it seems to be, they're playing for a late game. They're not really being very aggressive. Very surprised. I think Hell, how are you going to play Hell now?
I think you just play Freya here and just take care of as much of the blockers that Bloody Soul can make from the Summoning Stone here and just push the damage here. I think that was almost a show of weakness going for a War Behemoth there instead of a Blade Master and take the control over Erratic.exe.
I agree. That's a great point. But how powerful was that Freya? That Freya just, I mean, absolutely swiped the board clean. That had to feel good. And Bloody Soul's he's not in a great position. That Blade Master would be a nice answer here, possibly, but you're not going to be able to clear that Behemoth out. Where do you think you go? Where do you think you go with that?
Oh, I don't know. Wow. Like, he is not respecting, like, a Fatalis here or something like in that line of play, I feel here. But he has to go for the Focus Blast. And, yeah, he almost wasted a card here. I mean, it did buy him 3 damage on the stone. The extra there, but we'll see what happens in the coming turns here.
Yeah, I mean... Oh, man. I think the Erratic has a chance to reestablish some good tempo push. And, yeah, I think he has a good chance. Board clear. He has good cards full of hands. He's pushing tempo, Blade Master down. It's looking good.
Yeah, and we do see a Runestone of Ira as well. If he can get that down, plus a Hell, that's 3 range damage, or War Behemoth, or even a Mirror. Like, he has so many options for his next turn here.
Yeah. I think Hell didn't get... I don't think he maximized Hell this round, this game, but he definitely is getting some... Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so let's see here. What can he do? Oh, gift... oh, there's a Loki in his hand now as well.
Oh, that's nice.
So I would believe... like, I would go here. Runestone, Hell, plus make a 3/3. Then you have Lethal for the next turn here. Oh wait, Loki.
Yeah,
Blade Master. Math is hard, guys. Blade Master plus Loki equals 10. We know that now. I'm sorry, I didn't see that.
Loki made his presence felt. Definitely put a nice burst, and that's one of the things about Odin decks is they can definitely put the burst down, and they can keep on peppering you with points, and then put that big finisher on you, and that's what we saw with Loki right there.
Exactly. So that's going to be a 1-1 in this series of best of 3. So we'll be right back with the final game between Erratic.exe and Bloody Soul. Hello everybody and welcome back to this exciting series between Bloody Soul on Odin versus Erratic.exe, playing the new Pantheon with Ganesh. What do you feel about this new Pantheon, Shifu?
Man, I'm excited about this one. I cannot wait to see this matchup. We have the aggressive Odin that we just saw going against this new... I mean, I think it's a great Pantheon. I think it has a lot of good clears. I built a an AoE kind of build with them because of they have some creatures in there that do some damage and adjacent tiles. So I think it'll be a very... If he can get it established, it could be a very tough matchup for Odin.
Definitely, and we see it has to instantly use his Crippling Curse on the pillar here, and making so that Erratic.exe does not spawn 2/2s with shards that die at the end of the turn.
And there he goes, he's negating that hero ability, which is always good to do. He would have liked to have a Pillar of Fortitude to make it a 2/3, but didn't get it, so he's going to try to make the best of a bad situation.
Exactly. And we do see 2 Pact of Artha in his hand, so that is a new card for Ganesh as well. It changed ownership of 2 units with the same mana cost. I'm excited to see what he can bring with this card here.
Yeah, I don't have that in my deck, and I was curious as to the application of it. I guess we're going to see it here. But right now, it's not looking very good. The Odin is all up in the business right now, pushing severe pace. And I don't see that he has a lot of... That banish isn't... The exile is not really a good unit to exile. So he's not... It's not looking great right now.
No, he might be forced to play Pillar of Exile on the Scouty here, buying him a turn. Then take out the 1/1 here. And it looks like that's gonna be the play as well here. Oh, this is cute. So he changed the ownership of the pillar for the Calder to keep the Scotty banished.
Oh, wow, that was brilliant. That was a brilliant play.
Yeah, definitely. I thought about it might work, but I didn't want to say anything. I was like, no, that doesn't seem like it would work. But hey, Reddit.exe find the small tricks in this matchup, and that is one cute play.
Man, you talk about a tempo swing. I mean, it was a bleak as could be. All of a sudden now it's looking tenable. Thor is going to be a problem, as always is.
Yeah, like you said, always. But he's gonna go for a mercenary here. It's a 5/5 with charge. So Bloody Soul is like, okay, you took care of my Scotty, but here's a 5/5 and a bunch of cards in play.
Oh yeah, man. So what tricks does he have up his sleeve now? The Satyr Pathfinder. What do you think about that? I think that's a pretty strong card. Maybe not in this matchup though.
No, it's more for the late game versus like the Raws and that kind of stuff, I would say probably. But I mean, it's a strong card. It's still a 7/4, so it trades really well. All of that good things, and he's gonna get his own 5/5 now, switching back to Calder. And like, I'm down with this card. You can have it back.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I undervalued that card. That is some brilliant playing by Erratic, using that card. Oh wow, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, this is a treat to watch. Let me tell you. Like, if I'm Bloody Soul, like I wouldn't be able to stop the like. I would laugh out loud like in this match. I was like, oh my god, what is happening? Who plays this card?
Yeah, I mean, I overlooked it. I thought, okay, that seemed, I don't know. And especially, you would think against Norse, with a lot of low-tiered units, you would think it wouldn't be valuable. But, yeah, I'm wrong.
Yeah, and it has a trade to Cursed Warrior +4 to get this 5/5 off the board here. And he's gonna start healing up as well with that pillar sitting in the corner.
Yes, he is. Unless he addresses it.
Okay, yeah, but that's still gonna give him 1 health. And Poisonous Hydra, he plays this in all his Pantheons, it looks like, because it's the second game we see that card from Erratic.exe here.
I'm not. I'm gonna see how he plays this. That's another card that obviously he knows better than I, but that was another card that I didn't see the value that he's put in. There's the Satyr goes down.
Yeah, I do like it more in this list though, because it's a 4/4 that comes down early. You can trade and get into that late game where you want your deck to be at. So I think it's a better spot in this, but we'll see how it matches up against the Norse. He's trying so hard to swarm him right now.
I am surprised we haven't seen Rumkanen come down. Might be a good card in this matchup, but I don't know if he has it. Blade Master, nice.
Blade Master is a good pickup here. It gets that those free life, takes a unit off the board. But like we see that he has had Ravana in his hand from the start, basically. Here, you just haven't found the right moment to deploy it. And I have to say, I'm really, really impressed by this card. Like the opportunity, if your opponent passes back to you, like you get to kill something for free almost every single time.
He's just getting picked to death. I'm sure if you have played that Odin in online or ranked, you know this is a very bad feeling when they get all the little tokens around, swarming the board. Oh man, it's not. Oh, he doesn't have any answers for this board state.
No, this is probably one of the weak things about the new Pantheon is it doesn't really have that big AoE clear, like say Raw with it, like an Annihilation or something like that. And I would say that Bloody Saw played this very good, even though he's gotten out-tempoed with those cubed plays that we saw early, but seems like he's going to take this game unless Erratic.exe comes up with some brilliant plan here.
Yeah, it's a great point. That's one of the things when I was looking at it and building. That's why I went with a heavy AoE mechanic with my minions adjacent tiles, because there is no inherent board clear, and we're seeing the problem with that. That Blade Master can only do one at a time, and there's 3 units around that core, and that's just not good math-wise.
No, I don't think we're gonna miss lethal this game from the side of Bloody Saw here. So. And he does have the Fate in hand as well, so he can just go for that and the BM play to show him that I have ultra lethal.
Oh,
Fully go for it.
Yeah.
It has been an honor.
No, he's not going for the BM play. He's going to end it nice and clear with his Cursed Warriors. So Bloody Salt is going to go through to the next round in the semifinals. He's going to play versus Magicali. We'll see how that matchup goes as well here, if he can keep up this win streak.
Yeah, I was very impressed by that. He played Odin exactly how you expected. I mean, both players going into that game knew exactly what each was trying to accomplish. You know what to expect from most Odin decks, and he definitely delivered it. There was some great trickery to answer, but at the end is just too much for him to deal with without any good AoE clears.
Definitely. I will see. We're going to get back to you here with which matchup we're going to do in the semifinal. Yeah, it's either Medically versus Bloody Saw, as we just saw, or Ginaru versus Phaser, who has been doing real well in the competitive scene recently.
This will be a good one.
Welcome back, everybody. We are in the game 1 versus Yunaro versus Phaser here. And we see a Poisonous Hydra again in Phaser's hand this time. And it seems like this card is very popular with the new players.
Yeah, I would have. Now the Lemaine Hydra is definitely powerful. I understand the point of that, but I did not see that. We're seeing it to great effect too. Oh, there we go. That is a good swing there.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised about that early blood bond there. Just to take out the Bastet, and I mean, let's see in its hand here. It does have some pressure. He does have the Poisonous Hydra. He does have a Krabrakan follow-up. Also Gladiator. So he has a lot of options here.
Yeah, it looks like Ra is gonna go. He's trying to go heavy tempo, push through. He does have the Annihilation in case the state gets out of hand, so he does have some answers. The Hydra again. We should see Hydra versus Hydra. Geb. He's got a nice hand. He's got a nice hand for. I think it looks like mid range, don't you think?
Yeah, it looks like it. We'll see here. He can go for Sobek plus get that poison card out of his hand and trade with the Hydra here, and get a good board state for himself to follow up on. And that seems to be the play here for Phaser.
Yeah, that definitely. You would definitely want to establish Sobek early and start getting pumped up.
Definitely. I would not be surprised to see a Krabrakan here. Krabrakan is one of my favorite cards in the Pantheon of Mayan. Just because it's like, you get it to your enemy's stone and it's like, I'm gonna sit here, play your spells, it's super hard to deal with. So, I'm excited to see what Yunaro can do here against Phaser's Raw with Krabrakan here.
I think he went with the Gladiator just to clear those ads around the Pillar's defensive unit. He plays the Hydra. He's saving that Krabrakan for later, it looks like. He's trying to get control of the board before he drops Krabrakan, it looks like.
Yeah, he does not respect the execute here from Phaser. And I think that is kind of weird. Usually we see players, when they play against a Raw, they put out like their smaller but still significant units and save their really heavy hitters for later, for that bait out the execute play, bait out their removal from the Raw, and then just go to town on the enemy basically.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we see. I don't think so. He does not have the execute yet, but we know it's going to come. You know, he's stacking 2 of them.
Definitely. And like, we're gonna see, he doesn't have any good answers here.
No.
Like, he has a Falcon that can start pick away at it and maybe attack it twice, but it's still gonna take only 1 damage.
I was surprised to see Geb. I guess Geb was the best option he had there. He's definitely stacking some health into Sobek.
Yeah,
that Hydra's gonna get so strong.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's an 8-4 already, and good thing for Phaser is it's not in range of his Summoning Stone just yet, so it has a small amount of time to try to find that execute. But at the same time, there's a Blade Master in play as well here, so I think Phaser is a little behind here. He has to find a way back into this game.
Yeah, and that Annihilation is going to do some help, but not a lot on the current board state. He's going to have to chip down some health before that becomes super effective. Hydra's obviously a good Hydra on Hydra action. But that Lemian Hydra is nasty. It takes so much to clear it. It is one of the more powerful cards, I think. It's just so devastating.
Do you know how you see which Hydra is the best?
How's that?
The one with the more heads always wins.
I knew something was coming. I didn't know exactly what, but that makes sense.
I'm sorry. That was a bad joke, but thank you for laughing at it.
That was good. I mean, you know, I went with you. I went with you on the journey, and it was good. Oh, there goes the poison. So oh man, I don't know how he's going to deal. He needs to draw that execute to clear that Hydra, or it's going to be a very quick match.
Yeah, like, he can go for a Fire Giant. That's going to just take down 2 damage of it. It's attack with a Geb. It's still at 1 health, and it's going to have a huge attack pool. So,
yeah.
And there's no damage on the stone either. And he's going to go for the Annihilation here. But that's just going to take 1 damage off the Hydra.
That was a weak Annihilation. That doesn't really help too much.
No, he might be setting up for a Fire Giant next turn or something like that. Maybe?
Yeah, he's got to be the Fire Giant. He's got to try to clean that Hydra down. But if he does perfect play there, of course. The Fire Giant will clear it out now, so that has to make him feel a little better.
Yeah, but... Oh, and the Camera Sauce come down here as well. It's gonna put 10 damage to enemy stone as well here. Gennaro is really putting the pedal to the metal here.
Yeah, and even if he plays the Fire Giant, clears down the Hydra, he's still eating 10 more damage that he can't stop. So it's not looking great. And then I don't know that there's I don't see an answer to this onslaught in hand right now.
No, I believe he can go for FOF plus let's see, Capri as well. That's gonna hit twice with FOF. But he's gonna go for the Fire Giant here. But I mean, the Fire Giant is almost dead as well here from the splash damage from Gennaro's Fire Giant.
Yeah, I mean it's not good. I don't. There it goes.
And goes and trade the Blight for the Fire Giant here as well. And there comes the Kraken down as well. And there is nothing that he can do to save this. He has a lot of lethal on the table, and Phaser sees that and concedes the match here. Gennaro up 1-0 over Phaser here. What do you think about the match, Shifu?
I mean, that was just a power play. If he could have found one execute, I think it could have turned it. Obviously, the execute. If he could have executed that Hydra, he could have stopped that wave of points. But not drawing the execute. I mean, it was done. He had nothing in his hand that could answer that onslaught.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. He basically just put big threat after big threat on the table and just told Phaser that you have to deal with everything here or you're going to die eventually. He could deal with some of them, but there's always 2 big threats on the table. It felt like the whole game.
Yeah, exactly right. No, great observation. He definitely just put too much on the board. He threw a threat out. It was never dealt with, so he just kept on throwing threats out, and then it was it. There was no way for him to stop it.
Yeah, so we're going to take a short break until we get to Game 2 here. We'll see if Phaser can handle the onslaught from Gennaro in Game 2. Welcome back, everybody, to the SMITE Prime Tournament 4. We'll see Phaser going with the Odin this time, and Yunaro going for the Hindu. And there's an interesting play on turn 1 from Yunaro here.
Yeah, and looking at his hand, very interesting. Looks like he's doing a Hindu Beast synergy deck. That could be very interesting.
Definitely, we'll see what he's up to here. I'm really excited to see what he might have in store for us here.
I love that the exile totem, exile structure, pillar of fortitude. Sorry, I got there eventually, but really nice tempo swing. He's trying to control the board early. It looks like. Yeah,
he did do the sequence a bit wrong here. In my opinion, he could have played the pillar of fortitude before pillar of exile. Yeah. The exile would have 2 more health on it, but against Odin, if they want to kill something with 5 to 3 health, they're gonna kill it anyway.
Right? You're right about that. I think you're right about the oh god, I can't think of the word. The line of succession. I can't think of the word. My mind is escaping.
Line of thought.
Line of thought. Good enough. So he's definitely going with a beast formation. I wonder what the finishers are going to be.
Yeah, I mean, it probably has some Sukus or something like that, but I'm really interested to see on how aggressive Yunaro's deck actually is here.
He is not paying attention. Phaser's not paying any attention to the beast. He doesn't care. He's going right to core, as you would expect any Odin player to. He's like, you know what? You can trade in with mine. You're gonna have to kill Thor. You're gonna have to trade in that heart piece. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna push the tempo and make you have to answer for it.
Perfectly explained there. I have nothing to add to that. But a dispatch on the 4? That is
wow,
interesting. It has charge, so it's just gonna come down again if Phaser wants it to stick on the board here.
Yeah, I think that he's definitely going. Oh wow, Freya. He's definitely going tempo. But unfortunately for him, he's going against Norse, and that tempo is answered right back with charge.
Yeah, in banishing that Pillar of Exile brings back the Runestone of Ire here, giving Freya charge, and he's gonna get an Echo Blast to the face after putting some damage on the Summoning Stone.
This is a very interesting Hindu deck. We've shellcasted 2 games with Hindu and 2 extremely different variations on this deck.
Yeah, this is nothing like we saw before. The other one was like a mid-range value. I'll take your stuff for my bad stuff, basically. Yeah. And this seems to be some, as we said before, some beast iteration, like a swarm deck, maybe?
Yeah, it feels, the way he's playing it, it feels like it's a swarm deck, but it hasn't been too swarmy yet.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some swarm decks on the ladder where you play Sabin Scout and put pillars in your opponent's front line, forcing them to kill it so you make 1/1 zombies and get ahead that way. But we'll see if that's some similar style that Yunaro is playing here.
Mercenary is such a powerful card, especially with the totems. I mean, excuse me, the pillars. That Mercenary becomes a really nasty unit, but it gets cleared off by a simple Berserker.
Yeah, and here comes Scotty plus Calder probably here. And the combo. Oh wait, it does. The Stone of Ire has been silenced. I did not see that happen. So they do not have charge.
Okay.
So that gives Yunaro some breathing room here to set up his defense. He has the Gladiator and Ravana in hand, so I would like to go with I have Ravana and Lucian.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Like a copy of Ravana, he has Reincarnate as well, so you get basically a 2-for-1 with your only Lucian.
Yeah, I'm following your thought process exactly. I thought Ravana was going to drop. That's the second time. If you remember the first game we saw, Ravana never hit the board. It was in hand for a long time on the last time. Different players, different decks, but there seems to be a hesitation pulling the trigger to put Ravana down.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see here if he wants to, how he wants to use his hand here. He does have double Crippling Curse, Gift of Moonin, plus Retatosker and a Caller. So he has a lot of removal, and like smaller threats, I would say, but still very good smaller threats.
Yeah, no, he's going to clear out some of these pillars, which is interesting. You would think the North player would go. Oh no, he's just deciding. I think he's going to go the Summoning Stone. Yeah.
Yeah, because these pillars of life can still heal the other two pillars that he has, the Exile and Fortitude one, that are doing nothing right now. So I think going for some damage on the stone here and hope the RNG does not hit the stone too much. And they hit for 1 heal. So basically attack for 1 from Skadi there.
Again, Ravana doesn't come down.
I do not understand why he would not put Ravana down here. If he can get that plus an illusion, he can buy so much time, I feel like, against all of the smaller things that Phaser is putting out here. But he is doing a good job at closing on the front line from Phaser here to try to limit the way that he can play his own strategy.
Yes, that's a great point. Those pillars are in a great position. He is definitely doing a great job with board positioning. But I just don't know why Ravana hasn't hit the board. I know I hate to be the broken record, but that's a very powerful card not being utilized right now.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I would have put it down probably 2 turns ago if I was playing the game, but we'll see if Yunara has some specific in mind here.
That's good. That was clearing out totems so he can get some space for his units.
Yeah. And got to hit for 3 here as well. Does have the double Fatalis in his hand as well, so there's a lot of burst damage that he can come out from Phaser in the coming turns here if Yunara is not careful.
Yeah, he needs to answer these. He needs to answer these minions now. And again, like you said earlier, one of the main drawbacks for Hindu is not a lot of board clear or AOE board clear, and so these units just become really deadly.
Yeah, and we do see a Blade Master come down here, so that's some good reassurance for Yunara. Blocking off the paths for Phaser as well here, like limiting the amount of space that he can move, and just tries to come back into this game. And I think he's doing right now a really good job at it.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's doing a great job with the placements of the pillars. That Blade Master could not have come in a better time. I think we're going to see Thor hit the board. We shall see. Thor could be very bad. If he could put Thor in the right positioning by his Summoning Stone, he could get a massive buff to Thor. And
yeah, that was a good RNG shot as well. If it would hit the other stone next to his Summoning Stone here, he would not be able to trade efficiently versus the Blade Master. So now he just has to use his Cursed Warrior to trade with it instead of using the Collar if the RNG shot did hit that pillar down from his 4.
That's a good point. It's a good point. Great. What I love about this game is I love the tactical awareness, the board positioning. It's the best version of chess you could ever get mixed with a card game. Having to move the units in the right order to get Thor freed, to free him from the Blade Master. But he's going to go, wow, I didn't think he was going to trade that.
I think actually he needs to get this Blade Master off board, or it's just going to take over the game from Yunara here. And like we see these stones just do work as well, like healing Yunara's stone for at least 1 every single turn here. And soon the stone, the Pillar of Exile is going to be at 3 health as well. So there is not going to be any RNG left for this Pillar of Life to hit as well here.
There's a poison. I forgot that he had not used his ability. So yeah, it's definitely a great play. It's not looking great. It turned. This game has turned through patience from Janaru and board positioning. He has slowed down Norse enough to looks like he's getting a grasp of the game right now.
Yeah, and the Blade Master, the Fire Giant is on the board as well. So if he wants to, he can start really chipping away at the Summoning Stone from Phaser here. And a Pillar of Fortitude is drawn as well. So he gets that extra health on whatever he plays next.
Oh man, that Fire Giant.
Take pleasure in the crushing of one's enemies.
But at the same time, now Jinora is going to be body blocking Phaser's Loki.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see how he could. Perfect positioning of the Fortitude Totem, and then drop. Wow, this is just so amazing. Wow.
And he can get through by just doing this, what he's doing right now, but this is not going to be enough. He is 1 point off lethal.
Oh.
Yeah, Hasted Fatalis, for those of you guys that doesn't know, if you play 2 Hasted Fatalis on the same target, it will not let it attack a third time. It only lets it attack a second time. So, 1 point short, Phaser. I think that he's going to take this though. He just needs to block off. Wait, what does actually? Oh, was that an Echo Blast in his hand?
Echo Blast in his hand, went ahead and won it for him. What a great finish.
Yeah, definitely. And the new Pantheon is going to be victorious here, and it did win the no, it actually lost to Odin last game, so it's 1-1 against Odin on the stream right now.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, it was a very good showing, and you had to really utilize positioning to slow Odin down enough to get your minions in position. This was just a really high-level play by both competitors. It was an honor to watch that game. That was really, really great. A win for the Hindu Pantheon.
Exactly. So, gonna refresh the bracket here. See if Medical and Bloody Soul is still playing as well. So we do not have a final competitor just yet. But if you guys stay tuned, we're gonna have some more matches coming right up for you.
And possibly cookies.
I want some cookies. Welcome back, everybody. We are in the finals. Yunaru versus Medically. Both of them beating out the two veterans in this tournament here. So I'm excited to see what Medically brings here with the first time we see Bologna this tournament.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm kind of curious what kind of build we're going to see. Is he? Hopefully he has a lot of AOE because he's going to need it.
Yeah, but AOE is basically the name of the game when it comes to Bologna. But we see a fast race to grave here from Yunaru. This is like the optimal start that you can have with this Pantheon.
To your point, you said that's basically what she does, and sure enough, she is definitely taking care of the board state. Another poisonous Hydra hits the board.
Yeah, this is the third time we see this in a very short amount of time. So this seems to be like a competitive player's, like one of their favorites new cards.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely making an appearance in this tournament.
Yeah, so we do see there's double Hydrums in play. Okay.
Wow. Well, magically cannot be happy to see this. This is not a good situation to be in.
Definitely not. But he does have the Chaos Spawn in hand, so he can silence that, and so he does take full damage now. Like, if he did not have that, like, Bologna has such a hard time dealing with that Hydra, because all of their spells that are damage-based. He does not have, like, an execute spell or anything of that sort.
That's a great point. That silence is going to be so massive. Look at those Hydras. Man, I tell you what, Gennaro is is just so good at pushing tempo and aggression.
Yeah, that's what we've seen like him do. Like, this is his thing. He puts down big threat, and like he does not play around his opponent having the removal. He just puts big threat down and like, oh, you can't answer this, then answer this and this as well.
Right? Exactly. And I mean, look at the board. I mean, it's just total Gennaro domination.
Yeah, he has to play the Terra here. He can. Oh, actually, he's not gonna play the Terra. I'm very interested in that. He could have stunned both of the zombies plus the Hydra there if he wanted to.
Yeah, and why haven't we seen did I miss it? Did he silence that Hydra?
Yeah, he did silence it
Okay.
before, so it takes full damage if Medically would go for that play. But Yunaru is he is relentless here.
He is very aggressive.
And
I mean, Bologna, what chance? What is she gonna do with this board? I mean, it's not gonna stop. You know, he's gonna keep on putting minions down, and I don't see any answers for. I mean, maybe Terra.
Yeah, the blood in here is going to be good though. Gets to deal with both of the big threat, but like raise the grave, and it would have been lethal. But he does not. Oh wait, the Kamasask. That's the card I'm missing in his hand every single time. I think it's like a ritual strike or something. When I see like the small edge of it, but no, it's a Kamasask, and that's gonna be a fast game one.
Man, we didn't even get a chance to settle into our seats. That was quick, fast. Apparently, Jamaro has someplace to go because he's obviously in a hurry.
Yeah, definitely. I can back you up on that statement. We'll see if Yunaru can win the second game here just as fast as he won the first one. Probably like an Odin maybe coming out. He does the best of 3.
I'm sure he's gonna have a slow Odin deck, right? I'm sure he's gonna be a control Odin.
I mean, Potby did it. So we'll see if Yunaru is gonna go the Potby way or the Singularity way here in game 2 coming right up. Welcome back, everybody. There was a really short break. Yunari is definitely in a hurry here, getting the second game started instantly. I'm still here with Shifu, and we do see a Ganesh coming out from him here. The Beast Ganesh that we saw earlier in the semifinals. So we'll see if he can defeat another Odin player with this deck.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I maybe we'll see his end game solution. But look at that. Boy, he's not wasting. I'm telling you, Gennaro is on a strict time limit. He's got to go.
Yeah. But this time it's Medical that's playing the aggressive.
Fair enough. I'm sorry. I was so confused from the last game. Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, so we see the carrier behemoth style coming out from Medical. So this is similar to what we've seen the likes of Singularity bring to the table with this swarm kind of style with the 7 scout carrier behemoth. Just get a lot on the board, and they're gonna be guaranteed 1 damage. You just keep the carrier behemoth in the back line, and you're just gonna basically chip away at the enemy summoning stone.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. I'm pretty sure we see Warrior Sigil come to the board. No, no, he went with he's saving it. I think he's going to position his players around the summoning stone so he limits where Gennaro can put his own creatures. Brilliant.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job here, but Gennaro is putting down 1 threat. Medical is putting down 3 a turn, it feels like here. You just look at this board.
I think he was mad. I think he was mad the way that first game went. He said, all right, you want to play fast? All right, we'll play fast.
Yeah, and here comes the carrier behemoth down as well. Just going to basically say, oh, you deal with this 1/1. Well, it's still gonna do 1 damage to your summoning stone.
And they're already saying the GGs. I think both of them know this game is not going to be very long.
Yeah, it's these guys takes the prize for the most aggressive or fast finals ever. I think.
I know. Yeah, they're like, okay, we know what's going to happen. We're done. Oh man.
I guess
wasted no time. Yeah.
Does have the answers in hand as well for that 2 extra damage on the summoning stone if he wants to do that. Just speed up the process here.
Damage on, yeah.
Yep. Looks like he's going for a clear though here.
Yeah, we were joking about it. Now he's kind of taking his time clearing the threats down, just making a smooth. There is no units for Gennaro on board, not even a pillar. It's just a complete whitewash of Magiclee's units. Yeah,
and when Sorcerer comes down, the Darkest Pardon and Web Word. Yeah, Web of Word. That's the name for that. And he picks the Darkest here. I did not see that actually coming. I thought the Web was by far the best card in those 3.
I was thinking the same thing. I was surprised at his choice. We see another Blade Master. Always an opportune time for a Blade Master. But look at the threats on the board. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, and the Necron Warrior comes down as well. So every time something dies on the side of Medical here, he's going to draw a card as well as getting a zombie from the 7 scout here.
Yeah, this is he's got the machine set up. Now he's just going to reap the rewards of that machine. There we go. Look at that! Wow,
wow.
You would. I'm telling you right now, Gennaro would pray for any kind of AOE at this point.
Yeah, definitely, but he does not have any. He would love a rain of arrows or something like that in his Pantheon right now. But if we just look at the hand size here, Gennaro has 7 cards in hand. He has not had the opportunity to play anything but 1 spell a turn almost this entire game.
Yeah, Magically is definitely making a showing for himself in the second game.
Oh, the mayhem comes off the top as well. I think he can just win with just this mayhem here. He doesn't actually have to hit the summoning stone.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be but he's just making sure, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to show okay, I had this plus this mayhem. And the woohoo comes up for Yunari as well here when it goes down. It's 1-1 in this series. both players playing really fast and yeah, just going for that ultra aggressive play.
When he played that last Odin, he was able to slow it down with positioning of the pillars, but they didn't have a chance to put down any pillars of any substance. He was getting swarmed early and often, had no AoE answers for it, and just took it straight to the face.
Yeah, I'm actually a little surprised that he would go for that kind of style with the deck when we know that Odin is such a good choice in tournament play. It's always like every single player is gonna bring Odin because it's just that good of a pantheon.
Exactly. Yeah, it's strong. It's fast. I mean, any CCG I've ever played, and I've played a lot. Any aggro decks or aggro builds, aggro pantheons are always going to have a place because they're just efficient. It's always efficient to have a singular focused deck that does what it does very, very well, and you have to stop it.
Yeah. So we'll see if Ynaru can stop Medically in game 3 here, or if Medically is going to run over Ynaru once again. Stay tuned, guys. Welcome back, everybody, to the finals of SMITE Prime 4. We have Odin versus Ra, and it's game 3. We have the winner of this game going to win the whole tournament. And did you see what just happened with Ynaru at the turn 1 here?
No, I didn't. I saw. No, I'll be honest with you, I missed it.
Okay, so Ynaru put down his Curse Warrior, but he did not attack the Summoning Stone, showing huge respect for a turn 1 Sobek coming down from Medical here. Do you think that is the correct play?
No, I mean, I think you got to just do what you do. So you know what you're bringing to the table. Go ahead and go full aggression. But he is definitely, you're right. That had his thought process is Sobek is so dangerous. Let me not feed the beast. But I don't know. We'll see. He's definitely playing it slower than normal.
Yeah, I think this is very interesting to see from Ynaru. He's really respecting Medical's raw deck here. He is just playing very, very passively, almost like he's playing a control deck himself here.
Yeah, that's true. Now, both of them are backing off. This is an interesting chess match going on. Both of them, I mean, games 1 and games 2 were super fast, both very aggressive. This one, it's more of a, okay, we respect each other's ability to put some damage out. Let's be a little careful. Maybe the nerves are a little tight in game 3.
Yeah, it probably is the case here. Like, we see the poison landing on Soul here as well, getting the best target possible for Medically, but puts down the Scotty plus Calder here, so it looks like he's going to start being aggressive here in the next round.
Yeah, it looks like he's gathering his forces for a big push at one time. Thoth comes down.
Yeah, I like Thoth. Like, if you have a Thoth, like, your opponent has to respect it so much. You cannot like stack up at all or play like you have to play really carefully around it. Freya comes down here and banish up the Thoth, getting that time to get close to Summoning Stone and hopefully to finish it off next turn.
That was a great call by you. He definitely respected the Thoth play, and he used Freya to go ahead and eliminate that threat so he could continue his offense. Great call by you there.
Yeah, and the Hydra comes down here saying, "What's up?" Like crippling curse, gotta put it into 1 health and take it out instantly.
Crippling Curse, such a powerful, underrated card.
Yeah, definitely. I would say it's probably one of the strongest cards that Odin has in its pantheon.
Oh, definitely, especially considering that you can summon one cost minions at the drop of a hat, bring a high threat down to 1. It's basically a instant execute.
Yeah, speaking of execute, it's just drawn here from Medically. He has to use it on this guy here. It's a 4/5. Yeah. Like, he has to deal with it somehow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't think of. Well, maybe you do a. Yeah, you had to. Yeah, I was trying to think of another way, maybe a Blade Master, but that was not efficient. Just execute it, get it off the board, and start trying to control the board.
Yeah, and that is exactly what Gennaro is trying to do here. Now he's really pushing the aggressive style that his deck brings. He was very passive in the start here, and it doesn't look like it hurt him too much. He is on a very big aggressive streak here.
And that just shows the burst damage, the effectiveness of his offense. Even though he pulled the dogs back a little bit in the beginning, once they come out, there we go. That'll help, but it's not going to be enough to stop the full aggression of Gennaro's attack. No,
he has lethal on the board right now.
Yep.
And he can heal, but it doesn't change the fact, though, because he just makes 1/1 Cursed Warrior and attacks for 8 or 9. Yeah, he sees the lethal here. And Gennaro is going to be the winner of SMITE Prime Week 4. And congratulations to him, playing all-out aggressive. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, Gennaro definitely deserved it. Magically was a great competitor. So we saw some great games. Gennaro with the aggression and then the positioning. We saw him take a win with the Hindu Pantheon against an Odin, using a really good... what I like about Gennaro is he has a really good understanding of the board state and positioning, and I think that's what caught him the championship.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. He had some interesting plays, which we didn't really understand why, but he definitely had a plan in mind when he was doing those as well. So I'm hoping to see him more in the future here. And yeah, we have a lot of up-and-comers in the scene right now, and I'm excited to see more.
I am too. I want to thank you. You are a great co-caster. It was a pleasure to do it. Hopefully we get to do many more of these together. I'm very excited for this future of this game and the scene, and I thank you all for being a part of it and watching us today.
Yes, thank you as well, Shifu. You did a great job here today as well. And thank you all of you viewers who are watching this right now, supporting this amazing game, supporting High Res. And I'll hopefully we see you next time.